What's up YouTube, Asian Persuasion here. We are here with another profile. I promised a lot of people yesterday that I was going to do it. It was the deck I was playing yesterday at the Altoona, Iowa Regionals, where I got 21st place. I'll show you guys right now. So here's the final standings at the Altoona, Iowa Regionals. As you guys can see, 21st place is me. It's not that interesting, I know, that I got 21st. I got an invite, but the deck that I was playing was pretty interesting. So yeah, without further ado, the deck that I was playing at this regionals was counter Fairies. So yeah, I literally went X2 at this regionals playing counter Fairies. I know that sounds crazy at this format. I was just really bored, had to make a deck last minute. Let my friend play a Minerva, so I couldn't play the deck I wanted to play. So yeah. Then I'm just going to go and go to the profile. Nothing special. We're just going to go into this cool looking profile. So the first things first, you cannot play counter Fairies without playing this card, Bountiful Artemis. You're trying to open this card every game so you can draw cards. Every time a counter trap is resolved, this card allows you to draw a card. So this card is your main opener. You're trying to just summon this card and win. And just keep piling up advantage, and then your opponent is like, wow. He has a lot of cards and I don't. I'm losing. So yep. So that's one of the most important cards. The next important card is Guiding Ariadne. You're playing this because you don't have to play like light points or cost to activate counter traps when he's in the scale. So when he's in the scale, he's a scale 3, and then when he's ever destroyed or sent to just destroyed in general, I guess I should say, by battle or like a Twin Twister or whatever, wherever he is, he just searches 3 counter traps that you get to choose from your deck with. They can be all the same name, and then your opponent has to give you one. So this guy is amazing, and another reason you play him is because I play Ties of the Brethren, so you're trying to open any of these monsters and ties to open up with this guy basically every game. Next card. This card is actually pretty degenerate right now. I didn't think how dumb it was, because there's not too many light decks out there right now. So actually a lot of decks just kind of lose to this Floodgate monster, because this barrier statue only lets you special summon light monsters, and also it's another Ties of the Brethren target, so you can open it with this, or this to summon 2 more level 4 fairy guys for your deck, level 4 light. Yeah, this guy is actually really good this format. I didn't think how good he was until I opened it a lot on people, and they're like, oh, I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm like, cool. So that's a pretty good card. And the last card that you can Ties with the Brethren in this deck are Honest. So this card, you definitely need to play 2 Honest, because all your monsters are generally smaller than everything. So these are all your Ties of the Brethren targets. So you have to play this core. You have to play 3-3-3-2. That way your Ties of the Brethren is live a lot. Yeah, pretty dope. Honest, it wins games. I just missed playing this in Light Storm back in the day, so I played it. Next card, now we're just playing stun cards. 2 Thunder King Ryos, because this card is actually pretty good opener. If you don't have like any of these guys in ties, then like this guy's a good normal summon, and he's a 1900 beat stick. Doesn't let your opponent search. Negate special summons. Pretty good. The win button Luster Pendulum. You get free wins when you open this in Ariadne. So you get to pop this with this when they're in the scales. You get to search another Ariadne, and then the Ariadne triggers, and then you get to search 3 counter traps, and then get 1 added to your hand by your opponent. So he's good, and he makes Ignis during the extra deck. And the last 2 cards I played, I just played 2 more high scales that were generically good. So I played these because it was back removal game 1, and it was an Exile Force for cards I couldn't kill if I normal summoned it. This card's pretty good. I actually liked it, this card, because when you play this kind of deck, your back row is always full, so you can't really play like MSTs and stuff in the main. So you scale up, and you have 5 back rows still, and you can have a field spell, and you can have scale. So this card's actually really good. Archene Eccentric was pretty awesome. Alright, so that's all for the monsters. It's a lot of monsters, but you need to when you're playing. I'm playing 60 cards in my deck, so I don't lose the Llama in game 1. Next card. Degenerate ass card of demise. This is a stun deck. You need to play a card that lets you play stun. So this is the card that lets you play the game, and then this is how you win most of your games. Card demise is still unfair. Speaking of Ties of the Brethren, you're playing 3 of this because we're trying to open Bountiful Artemis and like a barrier statue every game. This card's amazing. Yeah, can't really say anything else about that card. It's really good. Pot of Desires. I'm playing a bad deck. I need to draw cards. It's not generally, well, like, this deck is just generally too slow because it bricks so much, so you just need cards to let you dig further. And it says draw 2, so that always helps. Next card is 2 Pot of Dualities. We're trying to fix our bad hands because this deck can brick, obviously. Main deck 1 Regeki for more problem monsters because my monsters don't really kill anything. The Tech Moon Mirror Shield in the main. This was another reason I played this card, just to kill monsters that normally I can't kill. And this card was actually pretty good. I checked one in the main deck, I liked it. Yeah, pretty good. Next card, I main deck 2 Necro Valley. So this card was just another reason I played this, because if you have like 5 back row, you just can't have another floodgate. But if you have a field spell with 5 back row, that's a floodgate along with your real traps. So that was another reason why I played Necro Valley, because it was a good floodgate, and I played like 3 Paleozoics and they could not beat this card, so this card's amazing. The card errata on this is dumb. I don't know what you're doing, Konami. And then I played this because I can't play counter fairies without taking your guys' soul. I played the 1 Seal of Orichalcos, just for those pseudo locks. So if you don't know what Seal of Orichalcos does, so assuming I have like this, and I ties the brethren out this and honest, so this would be in my hand after Ties of the Brethren, and then Seal Orichalcos says you have to attack the biggest monster first. There's 2 attack position monsters, so there's a 21 with a 500 boost, there's a 15 with a 500 boost. They cannot attack the barrier statue yet. They have to kill this, and then you're just sitting with the honest and like 2 or 3 back row. They're just looking at their life like, why? Why? So yeah, there's a couple of locks, a couple of times during the regionals I had, where I had Seal Orichalcos. But you only need the 1 because you can activate 1 per duel, so it's pretty good. That rounds out all the spells. Next up, we're going to go with counter traps. Obviously, the 1 Warning. Best counter trap in the game, pretty much. 3 strikes. Obviously, played more. I would play more if I could, but you can't. So 3 strikes are very good. This card is Solemn Judgment with Guiding Ariadne on the field, because you don't have to pay the cost to negate anything. So you discard a spell trap or monster to negate a card that you're trying to negate by pitching it from your hand. But with Ariadne on the field, you don't have to pitch anything. So it's a free Solemn Judgment. Next up, 3 Dark Bribe. Card's really good. So if you have Battle for Artemis on the field, you get to draw along with them. So it's not as bad feeling when you give them a free card. Next up, the Spicy Tech. 3 Curse Seal, the Forbidden One. So I decided to play this in the main deck because I figured if people go to main deck Twin Twisters, and I have this card, and I have a way to out that Twin Twister with this, I'm not going to lose that game, 100%. And I actually have about 2 matches in my regional, so that was pretty cool. The 1 Magic Drain, I have a lot of negation, but I'm playing 60 cards, so I have a lot of filler cards, so that's one of them. Along with this, just in case someone's main decking a Denko or something, this will actually negate that Denko. And there's a couple light and dark monsters running around, so this wasn't horrible. And next up, for the last counter trap in my counter fairy deck, is the 1 Tech Divine Wrath. We're just trying to have a lot of negation. So as you guys can see, counter fairies just don't let your opponent play. That was just a lot of counter traps right there. Next up are just regular traps that are really good. So next up, obviously, should be banned again. Imperial Order, card wins games. Compulsory Evacuation Device, good card in general. Next up is Triple Dimensional Barrier, because my deck really doesn't exceed or synchro or whatever. And I can with Barrier Statue, because I can make light extra deck monsters, which I'll show you guys in a second. But 3/3 barriers are pretty good. Next up, Reactive Traps for when they're trying to kill my monsters. Double Regular Mirror Force and double Quaking Mirror Force. The card's amazing. Next up for my random cool techs, 2 Phoenix Wind Blast. This card was actually really good. It paces the game in your favor. You can force them to top deck a card they don't want. It outs cards that you can't generally kill. And to round out the last 6 card for 60 is Lost Wind, just the one of. I liked it. It was okay. So there's that deck. That's 60 cards. Next up, I'm gonna go into the. We're gonna go into the. No, we're gonna go to side deck first. All right, so I got to the regionals late again, so I was just forced to play cards. So actually, the side deck was kind of random, but it actually worked out because some of these combos are actually kind of cool. So I played 3 stick. This is another ties target. I played 3 chair, obviously, to go with it. So this just helps me go aggro when I need to, if I don't want to helmet up, or if my barrier statues are dead in a game versus somebody. Cool. I just wanted to play a stick chair combo. It's always fun. Triple twin twister for back row hate against like paleos and stuff. It's pretty good for when you go second. When you lose that, when you know you're gonna go second. The second Moon Mirror Shield to out more monsters, really good. These 2 cards for Jinzo and Denko Sekka because I lose to those cards. Yeah, Chaos Trap Hole is really good. And the last card is for like Paleozoics and more back row dot decks. 3 Wiretap. This card was amazing all day. That card won me a lot of games. Wiretap. I mean, for the side, it can change a lot. I was trying to play Fire and Ice hands, but I'm not mad at it. I got to play Stick and Chair, so that was kind of fun. But I probably would have changed the Fire and Ice hand, to be honest. For extra deck, we play the 1 Ignister. You rarely go into this, but it's possible, so you just might as well have it. So Ignister, Rhapsody, Abyss Dweller, Daigusto Emerald, Sook. So you can make this under a Barrier Statue because it's a light monster. Same thing with this. Starly's Paladynamo. You can't make that, but it's generic. Good generic card, good generic card, random generic card, good generic card. I actually made this a couple times. This is probably the card I made the most. Delta with Stick Chair, and then like when you already have full control of the game and you don't need your Bountiful Artemises and stuff anymore, this card's good. And the Utopia package because we're trying to win games. So yeah, man, that is my deck profile I played at the Altoona Iowa Regionals. I got 21st place. Got my invite with this deck, which is pretty crazy. I was just going for fun. I was just letting my friend play Minerva, and he got his invite, so that was really awesome. Congrats to you, Marasco. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below for me playing counter fairies for this regionals randomly. And make sure to give me a thumbs up for playing Rogue. Rogue Dome for the win, guys. Alright, guys. Asian Persuasion signing out. Peace.